Now they both were eager to find the answer of the riddle. Now what happened? Jack looked out of the window. The tree house wasn't in a tree. Earlier there was a tree house in their house, but now the tree house wasn't in a tree. It was on the ground. Why? Because Jack was dreaming. It was a dream. Why is the ground pink? Jack asked. Jack said, but why the ground is so pink? Annie said, I don't know, but I'm going out there. मैं बाहर जाके देखती हूँ. Then what happened? Jack said, let me do a little research first. Let me search out for this. Annie climbed out of the tree house. Jack picked up the ocean book because everything was in the ocean book that the Morgan gave him. So he flipped the pages quickly to find out the answer, that where are they. Then he found a picture of a pink island surrounded by water. Now they were on an island surrounded by water. Now he read, this is a coral reef. Corals are tiny sea animals. After they die, their skeletons remain. Over time, the reef builds up from stacks of coral skeletons. Now they read that the corals are the sea animals, and when the animals die, their skeletons remain in the water. So they, over time, when the time passes, they build up a reef. ओके क्या बन जाता है? वो एक रीफ बन जाती है, एक रॉक बन जाती है विच इज मेड अप ऑफ सैंड एंड कोरल्स. ठीक है. देन they were very surprised. Oh man, tiny skeletons. Jack said. He pulled out his notebook and wrote. अब उसने अपनी नोटबुक निकाली और उसमें लिख लिया, millions of coral skeletons. Now Annie cried loudly, Jack, come, have a look at this. She found something. What is it? I don't know, but you will love it. उसने बोला कि तुम्हें बहुत अच्छा लगेगा. She said. तो Jack threw his notebook, ocean book into his pack. जो भी उसने बैग पकड़ा हुआ था उसने अपने पैक में वो डाल लिया. He climbed out of the window. He said, is it the answer to the riddle? I don't think so. It does not look very plain, as it was written in the riddle that I am as plain as anything can be. But it was not that plain. She was standing at the edge of the water. Beside her was a strange looking machine. एक बहुत ही strange looking machine थी जो कि उनके पास पड़ी हुई थी. Jack hurried over the bumpy coral to get a better look. The machine was half on the reef and half in the clear blue water. Now here you can see the corals, the reef. This is the picture, the colorful reef. These are the reefs. सो जैक ने क्या किया, उसने जंप किया रीफ के ऊपर से. तो उसने क्या देखा, द मशीन वॉज हाफ इन द वाटर एंड हाफ ऑन द रीफ. इट लुक्ड लाइक अ ह्यूज वाइट बबल विद अ बिग विंडो. अब वो मशीन कैसी लग रही थी, एक ह्यूज. उसने जंप किया रीफ के ऊपर से. तो उसने क्या देखा, द मशीन वॉज हाफ इन द वाटर एंड हाफ ऑन द रीफ. It looked like a huge white bubble with a big window. अब वो मशीन कैसी लग रही थी, एक huge white bubble लग रहा था with a big window. Now let me explain you what this page tells us. I'll tell you a small summary of this page. Now what happened, they saw a machine. Jack and Annie saw a machine which was half on the reef and half in the water. Now students, do you know what that machine was? That was the mini sub. Mini sub means small submarine. Submarine is beta a kind of boat which can go deep inside the ocean. We can explore the ocean by this. So if we want to research that what is there in the ocean or rivers, we can go by this. Now Jack says that it is a mini sub. Now they both wanted to go inside the mini sub, but Jack says it is not ours, so we should not go. Annie says that this can help us to solve the riddle. They are solving a riddle, na? So Annie says that this can help us to sort out the answer of the riddle. Jack agrees to go, but he warns Annie not to touch anything, because they were not aware that how this works and how they can go down in the deep ocean. So he says that don't touch anything. Now they both stepped into the mini sub. There were 2 seats and a big window there. In front of the seats was a computer built to control the mini sub. Now Annie was very eager to see how this machine works and how they can go deep into the ocean. So non-intentionally beta, she pressed few keys And then what happened? To their surprise, the screen showed a map. Now she pressed few keys and the screen started showing a map. An air blower also came on. Now the mini sub jerked backward. Okay, because now the mini sub has got started. So Jack scolded Annie because he had already warned her not to touch anything in the machine. So they were in great trouble now. Now what happened? The mini sub, which was half on the reef and half in the water, slipped off the reef and it went deep into the ocean. Now where are Jack and Annie? They are in the deep ocean. Now Jack wanted to go back because he was afraid of going there. But Annie wanted to find the answer of the riddle. Okay, she said that we can find the answer of the riddle through this. So they traveled through the ocean. They saw various sea creatures, many sea animals, and 2 dolphins also. They saw 2 dolphins and an octopus also. They saw 2 dolphins and an octopus. Now what happened? The water started leaking into the mini sub. Now the water started leaking into the mini sub. Jack and Annie opened the door and began swimming. They opened the door and jumped into the ocean. They jumped from the mini sub into the ocean. Now they started swimming into the ocean and a shark followed them. What happened? As they were swimming in the ocean, a shark started following them. Shark is a kind of fish. It's a very dangerous fish. Just when they thought there was no escape, now they thought that now we cannot save ourselves. The 2 dolphins showed up and towed them to the shore. Now they have seen 2 dolphins also in the ocean. Now dolphins are known for their friendship. They are very friendly. Dolphins are very friendly. So the dolphins took them up to the shore. So as they walked towards the tree house, now they are on the shore and they are walking towards the tree house. They are going back to their home, and he stepped on an oyster shell. Now there are few shells in the oceans, beta. The oceans, rivers, seas, they hide many shells in them. Okay, there are shells in them, and in the shells there are pearls. Okay, what are there in the shells? Pearls. So as they found an oyster shell, which had a pearl in it. When they opened the oyster shell, what was in it? A pearl was in it. So this was the answer of the riddle. What was the answer of the riddle? Pearl. Because what was the riddle? Do you remember the riddle? What was the riddle? Rough and grey as rock, I am plain as plain can be. Like means I am in the ocean and I am as plain as plain I can be, but hidden deep inside. But I am hidden deep inside. Like the pearl is hidden in the oyster shell. So it is hidden deep inside. There is great beauty in me. As you know that pearls are very beautiful. So there is great beauty in me. What am I? Now they found the answer of the riddle. That the answer was that I am a pearl. They found an oyster shell which had a pearl in it. When they opened the oyster shell, what was in it? A pearl was in it. So this was the answer of the riddle. What was the answer of the riddle? Pearl. Because what was the riddle? Do you remember the riddle? What was the riddle? Rough and grey as rock, I am plain as plain can be. Like means I am in the ocean and I am as plain as plain I can be, but hidden deep inside. But I am hidden deep inside. Like the pearl is hidden in the oyster shell. So it is hidden deep inside. There is great beauty in me. As you know that pearls are very beautiful. So there is great beauty in me. What am I? Now they found the answer of the riddle. That the answer was that I am a pearl.